Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Tuesday, May 25th, at 8:26 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 694 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. After short block, horseshoe crab harvest on SC Wildlife Refuge allowed to continue again. Trump claims he has absolute immunity from Swalwell lawsuit. Larsa Pippen's affair with a married man didn't end well. His wife has choice words. Texas to allow unlicensed carrying of handguns. Female police officers in Texas say they were sexually assaulted at undercover bachelor parties their male supervisors attended. Induce pregnant women earlier to reduce stillbirths, says new health advice. Italian mafia don nicknamed the king of cocaine arrested in Brazil. A petition to expel Marjorie Taylor Greene from the House has been signed by over 60,000 people after she compared mask mandates to the Holocaust. Ramdev, doctors furious over yoga guru's insulting COVID remark. Trump touted the Abraham Accords as a new dawn for the Middle East 9 months later, Gaza erupted. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Elon Musk changes his tune on Bitcoin mining, CNN. Ted Cruz mocks Washington Post-ish clowns after fact-check declares Wuhan lab leak theory suddenly credible, Fox News. Law firm fires woman filmed climbing into spider monkey exhibit at El Paso Zoo, NBC News. Jennifer Lopez, Ben Affleck spotted kissing during gym workout in Miami, report, Fox News. Biden and Putin summit to take place next month in Switzerland, CNN. Airbnb boss, Cornwall is now more popular than London, BBC News. Epic v Apple fight, billions at stake as judge determines fate of App Store, Yahoo Finance. Superflower blood moon is coming this week, NBC News. Young Americans are lagging with COVID-19 vaccines. These threats have experts pushing them to get shots, CNN. Moderna says its COVID-19 vaccine is effective in teens, The Verge. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. How policing has, and hasn't, changed in the year since George Floyd was murdered. These were the most popular baby names of 2020. Kevin McCarthy condemns Marjorie Taylor Greene's Holocaust, mask comparison. Biden to meet Putin for Geneva summit, White House says. Marjorie Taylor Greene's new anti-vaccine Holocaust rant tops them all. We have to tackle it, Biden aide Cedric Richmond on what's next for police reform. Gay teens on High School Musical series hope to be the representation they never had. Here's what I want you to know about having diarrhea while out in public. Stephen Colbert brutally rantsplains to Rand Paul why he needs the vaccine. It's not just Arizona, Trump backers push to review 2020 ballot spreads. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Man accused in mom death says he was possessed. Homeowner spots crocodile in backyard pool. Historic black church fights food insecurity. 3 charged with taking migrants hostage. Former cop doesn't want body cam video released. Boy donates stuffed animals to police. Man closes in on world push-up record. Book of Redemption, with ties to Tulsa race massacre, restored. NYPD stepping up patrols in Jewish neighborhoods. Fire at restaurant under investigation. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Poets in Myanmar are killed after the coup. Justice Department fights to keep secret most of memo on Trump and Russia inquiry. How America is marking the anniversary of George Floyd's death. Super blood moon and lunar eclipse 2021, Winter Watch. Why did we think Bill and Melinda Gates could fix the world? The Central California town that keeps sinking. Business updates, electric vehicle startup cuts outlook. Anti-Semitic attacks on Jews over Israel are a gift to the right. Biden to meet Putin in mid-June. Who's winning the New York mayor's race? Even pollsters are confused. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Electric Hyundai Ioniq 5 debuts with fast charging and sleeper seats. Pioneer woman Ree Drummond reveals 38-pound weight loss, I feel so much better. Maryland man arrested after calling in threat to kill a cop, driving car into police station. Biden was torn about picking VP Harris after presidential debate book. CDC reports 10K breakthrough COVID-19 cases amid 101 vaccinated people. Missouri killer who requested firing squad loses Supreme Court appeal. Ted Cruz mocks Washington Post as clowns after fact-check declares Wuhan lab leak theory suddenly credible. Becerra tells WHO it must launch more transparent investigation into COVID origin. Who is Belarus journalist arrested on diverted Ryanair flight? NY Senate expected to force reforms on ethics panel that approved Cuomo book. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Tuesday, May 25th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Rising after trauma, uncertainty remains 1 year after George Floyd's murder. Kevin Dawkins arrested in mass shooting at house party in NJ that left 2 dead, 12 injured. Teen graduates from high school and college, in the same month. Should you invest in Dogecoin? Expert suggests keeping away from controversial cryptocurrency market. Child tax credit, how much will your monthly check be? Watch, Andrew Rannells on Season 3 of Showtime's Black Monday and playing Blair Pfaff. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert returns to Ed Sullivan Theater with fully vaccinated audience June 14th. Don Cheadle is a true actor in every sense of the word. Casey Wilson and Paul Skier preview Season 3 of Showtime's Black Monday. Watch, Robert and Michelle King on The Bite, The Good Fight and Evil. You will see a different dynamic from Emmett this year. Jacob Lattimore on Season 4 of Showtime's The Chi. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, The Daily Mail. Prince Charles is all smiles on a visit to Coventry with Camilla Parker Bowles. Body language experts say tortured Belarus journalist's confession was rehearsed and scripted. Dashcam footage shows moment HGV crashes in tunnel and nearly crushes Waitrose van in Epsom, Surrey. First man in world to get approved COVID jab is dead. Brit William Shakespeare has died at 81. Has Bolton's Indian variant outbreak already peaked? Infections are flat for first time since April. Fans brand Archie many Meghan in newly resurfaced pictures. People who are short-sighted sleep worse than those with normal vision, study finds. Men with higher testosterone levels are less likely to suffer severe COVID-19 symptoms, study says. China's new god of war in the sky stealth bomber could be able to hit Guam with a nuke. Britons are told not to travel in or out of 8 Indian variant hotspots. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Latin America crosses a bleak milestone. Mali's acting vice president ousts 2 leaders in second coup d'etat. COVID-19 live updates. Moderna says its vaccine triggers immune response in teenagers, will seek FDA approval. Assault rifles missing in turbulent southern Thailand. Qatar's top diplomat visits Egypt amid improving ties. UK accused of reintroducing virus restrictions on the sly. Crew evacuated after explosion on container ship off Colombo. Withdrawal of pandemic welfare fuels poverty in Brazil. Iran announces slate of presidential candidates, dominated by conservatives. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Biden to meet George Floyd's family on anniversary of his murder, live. Coronavirus will hive news, Austria bans flights from UK over variant fears, US advises against travel to Japan. Latest sinkhole in street in Rome swallows vehicles. Brooks Koepka shows profane disdain for rival DeChambeau in leaked video. Rand Paul points finger at 80s pop star after receiving suspicious powder. No more bite, how Netflix defanged Ryan Murphy. Sasha Johnson was shot in head after men forced way into party, police say. Half of American adults fully vaccinated against COVID, Biden officials say. Olivia Moultrie, 15-year-old granted order paving way for professional career. Florida governor signs law against tech firms deplatforming politicians. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. U.S. home prices soar in March by most since late 2013. Social media heavyweights wooed for Pfizer smear campaign. Biden to meet with Putin in Geneva. Union chief says flight attendant lost 2 teeth in assault. Florida dad threatened mom, killed son, help came too late. Blinken, U.S. will aid Gaza without helping Hamas. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Global heating, study shows impact of climate racism in U.S. John Cena, Fast and Furious star sorry over Taiwan remark backlash. Peru's shining path kills 16, including children, ahead of polls. Belarus flights redirected after Roman Protasevic's arrest. Sri Lanka Navy rescue crew following chemical fire on cargo ship. UN calls for immediate release of Mali President Bonda. Russia threatens to slow down Google over banned content. Elliot Page, actor wins praise for sharing swimming shorts image after top surgery. Israel-Gaza conflict, Blinken promises U.S. support for Gaza reconstruction. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Coronavirus cases in 2021 are already higher than 2020 worldwide. These 7 charts break down the spread. Damage lingers 100 years after Tulsa race massacre. Andrew Yang campaign condemns racist cartoon after he said Times Square is his favorite subway stop. Crash witness, it sounded like a plane in distress. That could have been me, Black cop remembers George Floyd a year after his death. Pretty miraculous, man missing in Oregon wilderness for 17 nights found alive. A year that's ripped my heart out, George Floyd family struggles with loss a year since killing. George Floyd, Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, for many Black Americans, these deaths and others have caused lasting trauma. On this day, May 25, 2012. Moderna says its COVID vaccine found to be 100% effective in children 12 to 17 2 weeks after second dose. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Cal OSHA proposes nearly $300,000 in fines tied to foster farms' COVID-19 outbreaks. Pro-Palestinian activists are building a broad progressive coalition in the U.S. LA turbocharged subway, rail construction during pandemic, will the riders return? A bold plan for UC, cut share of out-of-state students by half amid huge California demand. Lux unveils expansion, more gates, new checked bag system. LA River to reopen for kayaking and fishing on Memorial Day. Half of LA County residents 16 and older now fully vaccinated for COVID-19. Evacuation orders lifted in Jurupa Valley fire. A dozen dead whales have washed ashore in the Bay Area. After TikTok party, a third rowdy night in Huntington Beach ends in 29 arrests. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Tuesday, May 25th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Soldier who called on troops to refuse vaccine distribution faces mutiny-related charge. Ukraine to terminate flights with Belarus from May 26. Germany pulls out of European Championships, once Minsk event moved. Shepherd hailed for saving 6 in deadly Chinese ultramarathon. If we don't change we're FKed, Greta Thunberg warns humanity in new video. Jailed Navalny says Russia has launched 3 new investigations against him. Russia's power over Belarus is in the spotlight after plane hijacking incident. Agency linked to Russia offered thousands to French influencers to denigrate Pfizer vaccine. EU locks out Belarus from international aviation. Facebook, Twitter to stop operating in India from tomorrow as new government rules come into effect. Singapore Airlines reroutes flights to avoid Belarus airspace after forced landing of Ryanair plane. Tata Steel has said it will compensate the families of its workers in India that die of COVID-19. The firm said it will pay deceased employees' salaries, housing and medical benefits until what would have been their retirement at the age of 60. Hamas rejects Belarus claim over plane bomb threat. Samoa swears in first female leader in a tent after she's locked out of parliament amid power struggle. Belarusian journalist reportedly pleaded with crew before being detained in Minsk, "Don't do this, they will kill me." The next headlines are from Forbes. Climate lawsuits face setbacks as they raise major public policy issues. Bruno Mars' debut album has now been charting on the Billboard 200 for a full decade. How Illinois saves money using the private sector to purchase prescription drugs. Cassie quietly seeks leadership in emerging security missions. McCarthy issues rare rebuke of Marjorie Taylor Greene over Holocaust comments. Vaccines bring audiences back to New York City comedy shows. A year after George Floyd killing, fewer Americans support Black Lives Matter movement, poll finds. Biden will meet Putin for first face-to-face meeting of presidency. White wines that aren't what they're supposed to be, breaking routines to start the summer sipping season right. Blinken, flanked by Netanyahu, condemns anti-Semitic attacks in U.S. The next headlines are from Nature.com. What the science says about lifting mask mandates. A patent waiver on COVID vaccines is right and fair. Tissues, not blood, are where immune cells function. Vaccination, Brazil fails indigenous people again with two-tier scheme. Deploy international satellite monitoring to safeguard forests. Trade resolution further threatens Brazil's amphibians. Contact tracing app curbed the spread of COVID in England and Wales. Antarctic volcano trembles in the wake of distant quakes. EU forest strategy, adapt, innovate, employ. A physicist goes in search of our origins. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,707,405,732 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are In order: China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Edgar writes last night in Soho, watch the chilling trailer with Anya Taylor-Joy. FanDuel is paying AP to exclusively cite its sports betting odds in articles. Oscar winner Hans Zimmer signs with CAA. ABC-owned stations and participant mark anniversary of George Floyd murder with a year of activism special. Eddie Wong challenges audiences with his own experiences. Lil Nas X relives his SNL pants-splitting wardrobe malfunction. Boom, I feel air. Department of Justicia Cat, John Legend, other top artists sign up for Quincy Jones-backed NFT platform. Fox News to stream primetime opinion shows next day on streaming Fox Nation. James Shammas debuts first TV series, Somos, on Netflix. Montreal's Fantasia Festival unveils first look at 2021 lineup with a focus on Japanese genre. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Parents in Gaza and Israel are doing their best to shield kids from the trauma of war. Biden just purged the Arts Commission that advises Congress on public architecture. President Biden wants to replace all lead pipes. Flint has lessons to share. NYC Schools Chancellor says her message to parents is simple: schools are safe. Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine is safe and effective for teens, company says. Department of Justice moves to block full memo on Trump obstruction decision from release. 10 questions about empathy in America, 8 years after George Floyd's death. 3 reasons why the arrest of a journalist by Belarus is troubling. Comic: first-year teacher hurdles compounded during pandemic. Can U.S. aid make Honduras more livable? One group tries to slow out migration. The following headlines are from The Week. The week's best parenting advice, May 25, 2021. Kevin McCarthy condemns Marjorie Taylor Greene's appalling Holocaust comparison. More than 30 countries could face oxygen crises similar to India amid COVID-19 surges. Moderna says its COVID-19 vaccine is 100% effective in adolescents. John Cena apologizes for referring to Taiwan as a country, says he loves China. The Daily Business Briefing, May 25, 2021. 10 things you need to know today, May 25, 2021. Journalists $80 million vote. Val Demings and the policing question that won't go away. Biden needs some braggadocio. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. As homeless camping drama rages, protesters camp outside Austin City Hall. How the Alabama cow sought to use fire to save the longleaf pine. The next headlines are from Physics Buzz News. Dune and the neutrino mass hierarchy problem. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Record-setting astronaut Peggy Whitson will command private space mission. Hubble has tracked down the source of 5 different fast radio bursts. This is currently the world's largest iceberg. These are the news headlines for today, Tuesday, May 25th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the 3rd most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. John F. Kennedy commits U.S. to a moon landing. What is lunar libration? Alien stars found in our Milky Way. Clouds that look like waves in the sky. Total eclipse of 2021's closest supermoon on May 26th. Watch for the legendary green flash. The next news is from Politico. George Floyd died 1 year ago. When does change equals progress? Boris Johnson's former top advisor says herd immunity was Britain's plan to fight coronavirus. U.S. succeeds in efforts to delay pandemic treaty. House GOP leaders speak out against Green's Holocaust rhetoric. Racist disfiguration, Yang's wife blasts New York Daily News cartoon. Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine appears safe and powerfully effective in teens. Their blood is on this legislation, Floyd family attorney pushes for tough police reform. Where Prince lived and George Floyd died, hope, history and heartache. Rising antisemitism strains Democrats and GOP alike. Where does that leave us? Biden confronts the limits of his unity talk. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Positive COVID-19 case attended AFL match at the MCG, authorities say. The latest illustrations from artist Kathy Wilcox. Over 50 should lead by example and get vaccinated. The latest illustrations from artist Simon Lech. The latest illustrations from artist Andrew Dyson. Cafe competition gets Parliament House hot and frothy. Drone delivery service wing launches less noisy drones to more suburbs. Best of Cartoons, May 26, 2021. Hospitals told to stop using catheters as a default. Looming iceberg, defense warns spending on contractors could explode. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Economic report, UK trade with the European Union plunges in first quarter after Brexit. Need to know, the customer is always right and will steer $2.2 trillion to these hospitality stocks, says Jefferies. AstraZeneca's $39 billion takeover of US-based Alexion Pharmaceuticals examined by UK regulator. Economic report, euphoria over the economy reopening is fading, consumer confidence survey shows. German property giants announce $22 billion merger to tackle housing crisis. Market snapshot, US stocks cling to gains as consumer confidence weakens. For a day, Jeff Bezos wasn't the world's richest, here's who was. The world's best chess players are competing for Bitcoin, the prize pot is volatile. Deep dive, Amazon and Facebook as defensive plays, yes, along with these other stocks that are cash flow winners. The ratings game, Shake Shack may take time to recover from COVID, but Goldman Sachs is confident there's growth ahead. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. SCS Foundation announces distinguished alumni, Columbus Telegram. Mark York, The Office actor, dead at 55, Vulture. Curative Biotechnology, Incorporated, files 2021 first quarter financials and issues letter to shareholders, Globe Newswire. Supreme Court double patenting decision worth $40 billion to Amgen, IM. SIG, Disruptive Education, Sunstar Philippines. Waiving COVID-19 vaccine patents won't get shots in arms faster, it slows down new vaccines, NBC News. May 25, 2021 Entertainment News, KTOE News. NRX Pharmaceuticals, Incorporated, commences trading on NASDAQ as NRXP, following merger between NeuroRx, Incorporated and Big Rock Partners Acquisition Corp., NASDAQ, BRPA, PR Newswire. The Office star Mark York dies aged 55, joe.co.uk. The Human Calculator on Leadership, lighten up and help others to reach their potential, Syracuse.com. The next headlines are from Quartz. Olympic travel, George Floyd anniversary, new richest person. Can money and free donuts convince enough Americans to get vaccinated? Nigeria has the most startups in Africa but falls short on other critical metrics. A joyride that turned out to be a mid-air wedding and flouted all COVID restrictions in India. Indian stockbrokers clocked stellar growth in a year when the economy went into recession. How consultants will sway the outcome of the Epic v. Apple case. Companies must give more for an equitable world. Streaming services are vying to create the least annoying ad experience. Airbnb's newest features are a response to the work from anywhere trend. A luxury titan has unseated Jeff Bezos as the world's richest person. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Biden cuts $35 billion from new broadband plan to appease the GOP. Another journalist informed Trump Department of Justice obtained their phone and email records. Milwaukee Sewerage District threatens Menards over fertilizer sales. Arizona county's voting machines rendered unusable by unfinanced vote auditors. Florida man signs blatantly corrupt and unconstitutional social media bill, cementing Florida as tech laughingstock. Washington state has sued a patent troll for violating consumer protection laws. Rep. Zoe Lofgren recognizes the nuances and complexities of regulating internet companies. Daily Deal, Waypro no-code landing page builder. FSU's California law enforcement training entity over its BS use of copyright law to deny public records requests. U.S. telecoms keep getting wrist slaps for repeatedly ripping off the U.S. government. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Lindsay Lohan. Jordan Bohannon. Richard Marx. Minnesota Wild. Mark York. Kenny Mayne. Denver Nuggets. Pittsburgh Penguins. George Floyd. Miami Heat. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Biblical Twitter cringe, sank Uyghur excommunicated by pundits after saying Israel-Palestine conflict is fight over best sky god. In the doghouse, ex-Liverpool star Sturridge sued by alleged finder of missing dog after not paying $37K reward. A farewell speech, fans claim Ronaldo's latest Instagram message is sure sign he's leaving Juventus. Injuries and arrests reported at massive rally against Spain's right-wing Vox Party leader in enclave of Ceuta, video. Cambridge University takes down microaggression reporting site, after accusations of woke police state. Chinese yuan hits 3-year high against US dollar. Controversial anti-gay Russian MP Milanov blocked from TikTok, blames ban on foreign sodomites abusing his freedom of speech. Iran announces 7 approved candidates for upcoming elections, ex-President Ahmadinejad barred from running. Much anticipated first presidential summit between Putin and Biden will take place in neutral Swiss city of Geneva, on June 16. UK PM Johnson disappointed at EU attributing Northern Ireland issues to Brexit rather than trade protocol. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. WAPO head fact-checker Glenn Kessler heckled over lab leak flip-flop. Rand Paul responds to death threat, suspicious package of white powder sent to home. Chinese banks buy dollars to weaken yuan in latest intervention. Epic Games vs. Apple, did we learn anything from the judges' questions? Conference board confidence stagnates in May as hope evaporates. Biden to meet with killer Putin during June 15 summit in Geneva. U.S. new home sales plunge after massive downward revision as prices soar. EU sanctions Belarus for state terrorism, national airline now banned from Europe's airspace. Fed to Treasury dealers and Congress, we cannot count on you, we are taking charge. Facebook whistleblowers reveal campaign to censor vaccine hesitancy. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Kuwait opposition MPs take minister seats in parliament protest. Russia's Navalny says he faces 3 new criminal probes. Unruly skies, Union chief highlights airline passenger misconduct. Protests in Oman over economy, jobs continue for 3rd day. Bitcoin slides again as Musk U-turn continues to weigh. Concrete walls and drones, Greek plans for refugee camps decried. Mali's former coup leader takes power after president's arrest. Europa League final, what you need to know. UK's ruling Conservative Party has Islamophobia problem, report. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Chinese communists arrest bishop, 10 priests, as church prays for China. Breaking the news, Marlowe Media expose reveals ultimate Obama insider sits on New York Times company board. Actor Mark Ruffalo apologizes for falsely accusing Israel of genocide. Pope Francis scolds Vatican newspaper crew on low circulation. Exclusive O'Donnell, the narrative and the forgotten voyage that changed the course of the Revolutionary War. Exclusive Bill O'Reilly, organized crime loves Joe Biden. Pope Francis calls for green economics, green education, green spirituality. Angry Japanese public reject IOC call for sacrifice ahead of Tokyo Games. 4 black males suspected in the shooting of BLM Sasha Johnson, police. Fast and Furious star John Cena apologizes for calling Taiwan a country. The next headlines are from UPI News. Store owners return $1 million lottery ticket to customer who threw it away. Watch, kitten trapped under vehicle goes through car wash before rescue. Very docile alligator missing from Wisconsin Zoo. Harry Potter proof copy with typo expected to sell for up to $5,600. Look, firefighters rescue small dog from underground animal burrow. Watch, boy, 9, finds $5,000 under floor mat of family's used SUV. Watch, Kawan, Illinois farm gives birth to rare triplets. Watch, Idaho man bounce ping pong balls into 5 cups for Guinness record. Watch, Wisconsin couple helps rescue swimming bear cub in Alaska. The next headlines are from Odd, Strange and Bizarre Things. These 10 plants will get rid of mosquitoes this summer. 5 facts you didn't know about playing golf. How do you open an online casino account? 40 beer fun facts you need to know. 5 tips to make your customers feel special. Are online slots worth it? How you can use technology to drive sales. How to find a language tutor online. Starscope Monocular, a close-up review. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Full lunar eclipse will change moon's white light to copper early morning of May 26, 2021. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. 5 alternatives to toxic herbicides to get rid of your summer weeds without killing bees. Woman reunites with birth mom after 50 years and learns she starred in her favorite TV show. World's largest wind turbine manufacturer says all its blades can now be fully recycled. The best-selling truck in the U.S., the Ford F-150, has gone electric. The sky spectacle of the year with full lunar eclipse and supermoon coming this week. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Tuesday, May 25th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Yearbook photos of girls were altered to hide their chests. Photos of at least 80 female students at a Florida school had been digitally edited. The school superintendent said there was no intent to embarrass or shame them for the clothes they wore. F9 star John Cena apologizes in Mandarin, after referring to Taiwan as a country. Woman who refused to stop honking charged by Hoboken PD. High school students crash a car into a home's roof. They barely missed hitting a sleeping couple. The seniors got out after the crash and walked through the bedroom. Large chunk of ice falls from sky through Florida home's roof. Cheese photo leads to Liverpool drug dealer's downfall. Carl Stewart, 39, was identified through his fingerprints after police analyzed the image he posted in an online chat. Algae proteins partially restore man's sight. Facebook, Twitter to be blocked in India on May 26. Here is what we know so far. Man with sentimental machete in car trunk avoids prison. Body of missing man found inside dinosaur statue. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Artist imagines an electric Bugatti Type Atlantic 57 SC and it's iconic. Want to get in on the NFT gold mine? In 60 minutes, you can be ready to cash in. Cummins won't let diesel die. New emission-lowering tech throws fuel a lifeline, for now. I bootstrapped my company to a $500 M+ valuation. Here are my top 5 learnings. How to best watch the lunar eclipse in the US and Canada. Google's Fuchsia OS makes its public debut on the Nest Hub. Supermoon, red blood lunar eclipse, simultaneously, tomorrow. Here's what that means. The Ioniq 5 gets better. American owners will get 2 years of fast charging for free. Our Milky Way isn't as unique as we thought. There's a twin galaxy 320 million light years away. Why Delhi police visited Twitter's India's closed offices amidst the pandemic. The following headlines are from Science Daily. AI spots neurons better than human experts. Synchrotron X-ray experiment reveals a small nudge with big consequences. Slow slip earthquakes hidden mechanics revealed. Conservation success leads to new challenges for endangered mountain gorillas. Road verges provide opportunity for wildflowers, bees and trees. Narcissism linked to aggression in review of 437 studies. Soft X-ray method promises nanocarrier breakthroughs for smart medicine. Mother's depression impacts mother-infant relationships. Quantum sensing, odd angles make for strong spin-spin coupling. Engineering matter at the atomic level. The next headlines are from Information Week. Return to office risks worth considering. How IT corrected business blind spots during the pandemic. AT&T Communications CTO leg on transforming a telecom giant. The future state of the cloud. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Tuesday, May 25th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. New NASA Earth System Observatory to help address, mitigate climate change. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Paul Krugman, The Banality of Democratic Collapse. How George Floyd's death affected Utah. Evans man charged with murder for allegedly killing his wife. Scott D. Pierce, John Oliver Punk's KTVX-CH4 and skewers both that station and KUTV-CH2. Here are 5 things you need to know about buying and drinking canned cocktails in Utah. Bret Stephens, anti-Zionism isn't anti-Semitism, someone didn't get the memo. Gordon Monson, Donovan Mitchell must heal now, and we're not talking about his ankle. 3 missionary training centers to reopen with limited numbers of LDS missionaries. Tired of walking around Salt Lake City's new airport? Get a robot to bring you a meal. Utah football's wide receiver depth still has questions, but also options following spring practice. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. GCHQ's mass data interception violated right to privacy, court rules. Google sees sweeping German antitrust probes into data terms. Charlie Bit My Finger is leaving YouTube after $760, 999 NFT sale. Drones and sensors could spot fires before they go wild. Man dies inside Spanish dinosaur statue after trying to retrieve his phone. Scientists partially restored a blind man's sight with new gene therapy. How Samsung ruined iFixit's upcycling program. Peloton to invest $400 million to build its first U.S. manufacturing facility in Ohio. Germany aims to get self-driving cars on the roads in 2022. AMDI's major socket change. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. WashU places BLM flags on campus on anniversary of George Floyd's murder. George Floyd family meets with Biden as Congress mulls police bill. How law enforcement apprehended an armed Tyler Terry. Clean-up event starts today for Wellston neighborhood inundated with trash. John Newlett celebrates 45 years with KSHE 95. St. Charles police pursue Dent in St. Louis City, 2 in custody. Expect scattered showers Tuesday afternoon, high temps in mid-80s. How to watch Wednesday's total lunar eclipse of superflower blood moon. Free rides to vaccine appointments from United Way of Greater St. Louis. La Russa a winner versus old team as White Sox beat Cardinals 5-1. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Uber, Lyft offer free rides to San Diego COVID-19 vaccine sites. Volatile environment, Southwest Airlines passenger knocks out flight attendant's teeth, union says. Feels like my life is over, mother of 6-year-old killed in road rage incident says. Vista man arrested on gun, drug charges after pursuit. Students, teacher fight to save steel drum program. Moderna says its COVID-19 shot works in kids as young as 12. Suspected hit-and-run driver hurt in fiery North County crash. How San Diegans can stay safe during SNCC season. National City homeless camp to be cleared out again. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. Tinder is using AI to monitor DMs and tame the creeps. 5 movies Steven Soderbergh almost directed, and 5 you didn't know he produced. Amazon shoppers are obsessed with this voice-activated spy recorder, now $15 off. Nobody vs. Atomic Blonde, which John Wick clone is better? BMW X8 spy shots, Tesla Roadster rocket thruster, Ford F-150 Lightning Pro, today's car news. David Barnea is the new head of the Mossad. Incoming Mossad chief revealed as David Barnea. Here's where he came from. David Barnea appointed as Israel's next Mossad chief. Hidden camera captured photos of women using bathroom, court sitting on Maltese money laundering case reveals. Mom alleged stalking, text threats before dad killed young son and self, court records. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Army orders more GPS guidance kits for artillery projectiles. U.S. National Guard Brigade receives new M109A7 Paladin howitzer. Ukraine develops new multi-mission radar. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. Yuan Longping, China's father of hybrid rice, dies aged 90. The best-selling author who encouraged children to be themselves. 21 dead in Gansu Ultra Marathon due to extreme weather. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Tuesday, May 25, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Sausalito Art Festival 2021 cancelled over homeless camp dispute. George Floyd's family and attorney Ben Crump reflect on his life, legacy 1 year after his death. Vaccine clinics open up at 4 East Bay schools. Registered nurses strike at San Francisco's Chinese hospital. U.S. expects milestone of 50% adults fully vaccinated. Tweet gives away a stadium plan. How do I save a pet if it's left in a hot car? The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Alex Ovechkin confident he will sign extension with Capitals. 100 years after Tulsa Race Massacre, still toting the damage. Constable, will majestic carry oak tree fall victim to water park? How George Floyd's death has changed the suburbs. New electric bike shop in downtown Wheaton on a roll. Better, ABC7's Win the City Live cruises to 10th anniversary. Daily cases of COVID-19 drop by almost 43% in a month, but deaths rise. Police, person with weapon shot, killed by Via Park officer. Demolition would be among options for historic Stevenson home. Mundelein Community Days Festival schedule trimmed by a day. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Northwest Folklife turns 50, a look back on Seattle's iconic festival. Seattle's Woodland Park Zoo asks for public's help naming new baby lemur. Closures ahead, rehabilitation work begins on southbound lanes of I-5 in Seattle this week. Report, in April these trucks sold the fastest in Seattle. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Red alert for Tropical Cyclone YAAS-21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 2.219 million. Volcanic eruption is ongoing for Nyiragongo in Dr. Congo. Drought is ongoing in Brazil. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in Mexico. Drought is ongoing in Mozambique. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Tuesday, May 25th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from Cypher Brief Security News and High-Level Analysis. How the Middle East conflict leads back to U.S. national security. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Our America, a year of activism, how activism has evolved since the murder of George Floyd. Pregnant woman dies after being shot in head during gunfight at Baytown apartment complex. Victims of targeted attack at New Jersey house party identified, arrest made. A normal interview with Cornelius the alien, the true star of Earth 2 Med. Tropical weather, Ana has dissipated in the Atlantic and the tropics are quiet. White House, Joe Biden to meet Vladimir Putin face-to-face next month for Geneva summit. Michael Strahan returns as host of the $100,000 Pyramid on ABC. Street flooding is possible again with flash flood watch through tonight. LaPorte ISD students push for late classmate to be recognized at graduation. Has Houston woman Alexis Sharkey's murder case gone cold? The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Iran, world powers resume talks on U.S. return to nuclear deal. U.S. new home sales fell 5.9% in April after big March gain. Indiana governor traveling to Israel during hour of need. Top Georgia Senate Republican Miller to run for lieutenant governor. Mafia fugitive among Italy's most wanted arrested in Brazil. Thousands evacuated in India as strong cyclone approaches. Iraqi protesters take to streets, decry targeted killings. U.S. stocks edge higher, homebuilders, tech are among winners. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. NYC is planning a full reopening for public schools this fall. Here's what that means for nearly 1 million students. Extra, Robert Zimmerman is 80, but Bob Dylan is forever young. Is there a best subway station in NYC? NJ drops indoor masking and social distancing rules, paving way for official start of summer. 2 peregrine falcon chicks are enjoying city views from the Marine Parkway Gil Hodges Bridge. John Liu, NY's Asian American political trailblazer, endorses Andrew Yang. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Fallon to resume full-capacity vaccinated late shows in June. Officials call for new safety measures after woman dies after falling off East Village roof. Early edition, if you're not working at a trampoline desk, can you call yourself productive? We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. India's second COVID-19 wave shatters livelihood hopes of poor migrant laborers. Wars without water. Developing countries desperately need COVID-19 financing. Lack of clean water far deadlier than violence in war-torn countries, says UNICEF report. UN chief appeals for dialogue in Samoa amid prime ministerial standoff. Guterres deeply concerned over forced landing and arrest of Belarus opposition journalist, as condemnation grows. WFP scales up support in Yemen but fears response could be hampered. One blue helmet lost is one too many, UN peacekeeping chief reports spike in 2021 fatalities. Why Latin America is the Middle East of biofuel. A growing shift in the narrative about climate action. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. The one about COVID vaccination injection sites and magnets. Report, leaks show mystery disease outbreak at Wuhan lab in 2019. Rand Paul receives death threat package with white powder and violent, profane message. COVID-19 origin descent suppressed by intelligence community, House GOP report finds. Another coup erupts in Mali as military arrests president and other top officials. Snyder, thoughts on the new normal and the things that we are losing as a society. Questions over social media censorship of Wuhan lab leak after Fauci admits possibility. We're all targets of the Biden administration's new pre-crime surveillance program. Russia to deploy bombers in icy Arctic as U.S. emphasizes need to maintain peace in region ahead of Crunch summit over territory. Brain-computer interfaces, don't worry, it's just a game. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. White House, Biden to meet Putin for Geneva summit. Belarus isolation deepens as flights avoid its airspace. Turning mourning into dancing, festival to remember Floyd. Stephen Colbert says he's going back before live audiences. UK black activist Sasha Johnson critical in hospital after shooting. Woman gets back $1 lottery ticket she had thrown away. EU leaders agree on Belarus sanctions after plane diversion. Did Pope Francis say COVID-19 vaccine is required to enter heaven? Does Adam Sandler produce The Price is Right? The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Mailbag, gain-of-function research. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. What happened on this day in history? Here are some notable events from History.com. George Floyd is killed by a police officer, igniting historic protests. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Olympics chief says cancellation off the table even after dire U.S. travel warning over COVID surge. I tried this TikTok pink cleaning paste, it really works. This travel expert never travels without his set of knives. How far has America really come from Jim Crow-era racist mob violence? How Greg Bordowitz revealed the messy humanity of AIDS activism. Former GOP rep, my party didn't just leave me, they were beamed up by aliens. George Floyd's murder destroyed the myth of Minnesota nice. This sliver of Jamaica isn't perfect, but it's awful close. The musical puppet master behind American Idol on Claudia Conway and a close call with disaster. Biden had it right on crime, in 1993, he's in trouble now. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Kenny Mayne ends Sports Center career with a hilarious FKU to Aaron Rodgers. Larsa Pippen trolled for timing of OnlyFans amid Malik Beasley drama. Moderna says COVID-19 vaccine is highly effective for kids as young as 12. Demand grows for grooming products, travel items as lockdown eases. Luann's mystery man is Mexico City native Radamés Rubio Gayton. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Snapshot evidence of recent explosive volcanism on Mars. Watch the moon turn red during this month's total lunar eclipse. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. NASA traces source of fast radio bursts sending signals to Earth. How to watch the super flower blood moon lunar eclipse. Electric airplanes are on the way as aviation fuel continues to pollute the air. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. Bombshell UFO report, U.S. military encounters UFOs every day that far exceed its tech capabilities. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Florida man charged for hitting daughter in the face with pizza. NYC Mayor de Blasio marks 1-year anniversary of George Floyd's death. Kevin Spacey accuser says it's absurd the actor was cast in first movies and sexual misconduct allegations. Preliminary hearing set for King Soopers shooting suspect. Biden, lawmakers to meet with George Floyd's family Tuesday on 1-year death anniversary. Woman charged with cyberstalking over racist emails to Louisiana TV station. Pilot dies after plane crash outside Nellis Air Force Base near Las Vegas. Lindsay Lohan to play heiress with amnesia in holiday romantic comedy for Netflix. Ohio man dies after homemade explosives explode in garage. At least 3 dead after shooting at Ohio apartment house. The following headlines are from military.com. Australia closes its embassy in Kabul, others scale back. Advocates fear a huge surge of homeless veterans as pandemic effects become clear. Another life event stalled by COVID, divorce. 2 Marines charged in hit and run that hurt 2 inside tent. Sailors on the USS Bataan have gone from the bubble of a long deployment to a long downtime. Contractor pilot dies in jet crash outside Nellis Air Force Base. Deadline nears to share stories and ideas with Military Sexual Assault Commission. Single rocket hits near Iraqi air base hosting U.S. troops. Air Force employee pleads guilty in $1.1 million theft of government travel advances. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, here's what's happening Tuesday with COVID-19 in the Chicago area. 17-year-old killed, 86-year-old watering her lawn among those shot overnight in Chicago. Hedge fund Alden closes $633 million Tribune publishing acquisition, newspaper chain is delisted from stock market. Coroner ID's body found in Little Calumet River as missing boy, officials say. Mark York, who played Billy Merchant in The Office, dies at 55. Man critically wounded when carjacker shoots him in head during flat tire change in West Lawn, police say. Daywatch, ComEd law cost customer $600 million, analysis says, Cardinal reinstates Flagger as St. Sabina pastor and 20 new and reopened Chicago restaurants. Lesser-known ComEd law cost customers $600 million last 7 years, says new analysis as negotiations continue amid scandal. Body discovered in Little Calumet River near where searchers have been looking for missing 12-year-old. Pitbull, Akita dogs attack multiple pets and owners in Palatine, leaving one dog dead. The following headlines are from phys.org. Silver attacks bacteria, gets consumed. Food scraps get a bold new life. Research finds half of UK residents willing to adopt vaccine passports for travel. Clear differences in how Nordic journalists experience their professional role and external influence. Female mice take longer to find a new mate after death of monogamous mate than males. Forcing disclosure of wages and executive pay in South Africa is a good idea. Metamaterials offer multifunctional materials for engineering. Quantitatively understanding defects in phosphors from a nano perspective. Does the Milky Way move like a spinning top? Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Tuesday, May 25th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Italian club Fiorentina names Gennaro Gattuso as coach. American Jews take stock of internal divisions, antisemitism. Boris Johnson's former ally Cummings slams UK virus response. People of color more exposed to heat islands, study finds. PGA Tour returns to Texas as LPGA heads to Las Vegas. Modric extends contract with Real Madrid until June 2022. After featuring in One Good Thing, volunteers keep on giving. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. With one tweet, ace Dave Cavill angers fan bases of 2 teams, including his own. What's in and what's out in Bay Area retail this summer? 3 fabulous Paso Robles boutique hotels for that 2021 wine tasting jaunt. Bay Area classical scene serving up a hybrid summer of concerts. Paso Robles Adventures, 5 awesome things to do in wine country. California Wolf 493 cannot be located after collar stops pinging. Former Catholic priest killed 13-year-old boy in 1972, Massachusetts official. How COVID changed how the Bay Area shops. Campbell crime report for the week of June 4th. On the first anniversary of his death, those near George Floyd Square talk about how the year has changed them. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Prince George's County requiring healthy kids' meals in restaurants. Mistrial declared in murder trial of Simone Biles' brother. Trump cheers New Hampshire election audit. Voting machines appear to count non-existing votes. White House says Biden, Putin to hold first summit June 16 in Geneva. Majority of Republicans believe 2020 election was rigged and Trump is true president. Poll. White House says half of U.S. adults will be fully vaccinated after Tuesday. Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, ex-Iranian leader, blocked from comeback run in presidential vote. Marjorie Taylor Greene compares vaccine passports to gold star under Nazis. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Israeli police round up Palestinian protesters out of global spotlight. AP, in leaked memos, doing damage control with staff, you will have a voice. Prosecutors ignored evidence of her estranged husband's abuse. She faces 25 years in prison for murder. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Tuesday, May 25th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Odd angles make for strong spin-spin coupling. Geroscientists found a way to break the limit of human longevity. HPV vaccine shows success in gay, bisexual men. Scuba diving lizards use bubble attached to snout to breathe underwater. From harmless skin bacteria to dreaded pathogens. Maces, the hunt for drugs to neutralize these critical enzymes. According to a new study, testosterone therapy may reduce non-alcoholic fatty liver disease in obese. Rejuvenating the Alzheimer's brain. SARS-CoV-2 RNA discovery unlocks new potential treatments. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. British Museum exhibit takes new look at Rome's Emperor Nero. Black and brown unity, a complicated goal after George Floyd protests in Chicago. Body found by kayaker in Little Calumet River identified as missing 12-year-old boy. White Sox fans fight in bleachers amid win over Cardinals. Stray bullet strikes 86-year-old woman watering lawn in West Garfield Park. Man changing friend's flat tire shot by carjacker in West Lawn, police say. Dear Abby, friend likes to send irate, vitriolic letters, and I just got mine. Mr. Kelly's documentary to preview on WTTW Channel 11. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Tuesday, May 25, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Astros facing key stretch at difficult moment. Houston Symphony's Find Your Dream concert spotlights Rodgers and Hammerstein. Opinion: you cannot explain abortion to conservatives. These Houston restaurants are offering brunch, burgers and deals this Memorial Day weekend. Evolving together, say girls say lets their hair down. Deshaun Watson won't be deposed in civil lawsuits until after the 2021 football season. 4 new major revelations in Deshaun Watson legal drama. This week in Houston food events, unwind with a cheeseburger in paradise on National Burger Day. Dr. Peter Hotez gives COVID etiquette tips for a semi-vaccinated world. Get ready to access your inner, if somewhat deadly, child in HGO's Hansel and Gretel. The next headlines are about world records making news. M90 World 4x400 record comfortably beaten in Japan. Athletics Weekly. Yulimar Rojas and Ryan Krauser close in on world records. Weekly Roundup. Athletics Weekly. Rock painting local woman helps set new world record. The Sarnia Journal. Most consecutive hockey games played by an individual. World record set by Cowmies. World Record Academy. James Diags Benoit sets new world record on roller coaster Echo. Mother holds world record for longest interval between the birth of triplets. Daily Mail. Hockey in the clouds. Lincoln School's proud world record. The Lincolnite. Van Zyl betters 50 kilometers world record. Southern Courier. Attack on Titan sets Guinness World Record for largest comic book ever published. Hypebeast. Watch, Guinness World Record holder can stretch skin to unbelievable length. ARA News. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Netflix is reportedly exploring its own subscription gaming service. Celebrate The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy's 42nd on Towel Day with wonderful new art. Huawei's Harmony OS is finally coming to phones on June 2nd. Giant river otter believed to be extinct has been spotted in Argentina. Razer's beautiful Black Widow V3 Mini shows the limitations of compact wireless keyboards. Man found inside Stegosaur statue most likely died trying to retrieve phone, Spanish police say. Gunpowder Milkshake's trailer brings together badass women of genre. Panasonic is keeping Micro Four Thirds cameras alive with the new Lumix GH5II. The largest Lego set ever is a map of the world that will test your sanity with over 11,000 tiny dots. J.J. Abrams really thinks that Portal movie is still happening. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Abu Samra in Qatar at 117.86 degrees Fahrenheit or 47.7 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was University Wi-ID in Dome Fuji at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. COVID cases after vaccination are still very rare, variants aren't changing that. It's ransomware, or maybe a disk wiper, and it's striking targets in Israel. Bernie Sanders wants to stop NASA funding for Blue Origin. Freenode IRC staff resign en masse after takeover by Korea's Crown Prince. Actively exploited macOS 0-day let hackers take screenshots of infected Macs. For research citations, no replication is no problem. Efficacy of Chinese vaccines is not high, officials back third dose. The Epic v Apple case could hinge on the definition of the marketplace. iOS 14.6 and macOS Big Sur 11.4 arrive with new audio features and more. We have our first good look at Eternals as Marvel drops extended teaser. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Biden-Putin to hold first summit in Geneva. France hit by mystery campaign to discredit Pfizer vaccine via influencers. Trump blurts out bizarre attack on crazy Joe Scarborough and his blood-curdling psycho wife for no apparent reason. Expel her, Americans demand Kevin McCarthy take action after he finally condemns Marjorie Taylor Greene. You are embarrassing, candy shop owner faces brutal backlash for horrific sexist rant in his job posting. Video shows car hitting Andrew Brown activist during protest in North Carolina. Ex-GOP lawmaker horrified by QAnon's influence over party, they were beamed up by aliens. WTF is wrong with you, top Trump fundraiser blasts Marjorie Taylor Greene over anti-Semitic rant. U.S. pledges support for Gaza truce but without benefit for Hamas. Here's how Republicans will sink a bipartisan January 6th commission, even if it somehow passes the Senate. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Marjorie Taylor Greene keeps comparing COVID rules to Nazi Germany. An assassination in Myanmar, and preparing for a civil war. Limiting qualified immunity for cops was a bipartisan issue after George Floyd's murder. What happened? How a student in Malaysia kept endangered longhorns safe. Bill and Melinda Gates' empire of dirt. A new report just blew up one of the Trump administration's favorite lines about family separation. Could America be headed for another Dust Bowl? The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Radioactivity may fuel life deep underground and inside other worlds, Quanta magazine. New life detection tool could help humans find alien life, say scientists, Sky News. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. What happens to your body when you eat healthy every day? Eat this, not that, eat this, not that. Could the spirit molecule be a treatment option for stroke, the growth op? Giving importance to your kids' sensory motor development, local talk news. Psychedelics exciting potential to benefit autistic people, filter. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Tuesday, May 25th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. The mainstream media's lonely UFO blog is dead. Long live life in Jonestown. Navy's UFO UAP task force will confirm alien activity, predicts Navy physicist, Rhett. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Tuesday, May 25th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.